Alright. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. My fucking cursor just, disappeared. So I couldn't find, I couldn't, click on the unmute button in OBS. But, we're here. We got iMathII, we got Electro. We got a primetime matchup. Pretty late at the night. Sorry to the EU bros. Y'all are, at a disadvantage here. For not being able to see this incredible matchup we're about to see between two very high-ranking players. This is a semi-final matchup, so obviously a lot on the line. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into our little introduction. So we're gonna start off with our players, and of course, our higher seed, the #1 seed, the number 5 in the world. We got iMathII. Accolades and the rank definitely speak for themselves. You'll see his best track is DK Mountain again. Does have the DK Mountain flap world record. No one gives a shit about shortcut or Grand Prix, so that doesn't matter. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, still obviously extremely impressive, extremely skilled player. Yeah, best track DK Mountain. Worst track is Daisy Cruiser, but again, when you're this good, you're really good at every track. So definitely not going to hurt him, I feel. And is definitely the favorite in this match. The predictions heavily favoring him. In fact, they're all favoring him. But you never know, because his opponent, we got Electro, alright? This is a guy who's on the come up, alright? He's already improved a lot over the last few weeks. And, he's ranked 21 in the world. Will probably be even higher than that after tonight's players page update. He's just very good at this game and everything in it as well. Obviously not on iMathII's level, but still a very, very strong player. Best track Sherwoodland, again, that could change with this week's update. I'm not 1000% sure on that. Worst track is Luigi Circuit. Fair enough. Fuck that track. That is the worst track of a lot of players I've noticed throughout this tournament. Very fair. And yeah, overall God, I think has 30 of the God times, so obviously extremely skilled time trialer. Does have 2 shortcut world records, but again, no one cares. No one cares about shortcut, dude. Fuck shortcut. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. But yeah, so again, the number 4 seed, definitely is an underdog, but I think the predictions are hating on him. If I was able to predict, I would maybe hedge for 20 points or so on Electro, because I honestly feel like he could pull this out. Again, obviously he is the underdog, but I don't know, you guys are hating on him right now, and he doesn't deserve the hate. So, but yeah, we'll look at our overall standings real quick. Both these players obviously very good, had extremely good seasons. iMathII, he's already our 2024 individual champion after his win over Vuser in the second round. Massive congrats to him. This match doesn't really matter for him. He's already so far ahead of anyone. But for Electro, this is pretty heated match because you see obviously him and Swazzy right here, literally just 1 point apart in the standings. Now Swazzy did lose in the semifinal against an guy, and that knocked him down to the 3rd place match. So if Electro were to win this match against iMath, then he would advance to the finals, obviously, and clinch 2nd place over Swazzy. But if he doesn't win, then it's actually going to be a match for overall 2nd place. So yeah. Very, very interesting, of course. A lot on the line over there. And the country standings, a little less exciting. Canada, also the team champions. A lot of that was because of iMathII, but, Pittman did put in some solid points too. Definitely held his weight. And then, yeah, so Europe is still a whole 11 points ahead of USA Midwest. Now, the only way USA Midwest can still get 2nd is if Electro advances to the finals and Swazzy gets 4th, or Electro gets 1st and Swazzy gets 3rd. So for the Midwest to get 2nd, Electro would have to advance here. So obviously the pressure is on for him from that angle. I, as a resident of the Midwestern USA and a member of the team, I obviously have a little bit of bias there, but I'll try to cover that up. Would be nice to see our team take home second, but it won't be the end of the world if we don't. And yeah, so again, just as a quick reminder of our match structure before we get things started, first to 7 races wins, best of 13. Both players will be in one track before the match starts. That's already been decided. The lower seed will pick the first played track. So Electro will pick the track played first. I think that might be in. It is indeed. And then the loser of the previous track will pick next track afterwards. And then look at that. Tell me that wasn't tough. Tell me that was not tough. All right, you guys. We do have the first pick in from Electra. I think we are going to get started here in just a second. Let me make sure the streams are pretty synced. All right. And yeah, so we're going to be starting off on Wario Coliseum. And the countdown is underway. So obviously this was let me unmute iMathII's audio. I apologize. Okay. iMath getting stuck on the first corner using both shrooms. What? That is a very interesting move. I don't hate necessarily using the shroom to recover, but both shrooms? That might have been just like a missed input, honestly. We do have a little bit of stream desync, but it looks like Electro is quite a bit ahead. Very smart move from Electro to use the shrooms on the spiral lap 1. Because, normally you'd use them lap 2, but just, you could very easily fall off in a lot of places on this track, so might as well guarantee that you use your shrooms while you still have them. Ooh, Electro does get stuck up on that turn a little bit. I don't think that was as bad as iMath stuck at the beginning of the lap, especially because iMath did have to burn his shrooms. But yeah, WC a very interesting pick from Electro. This is actually one of iMath's best tracks. I think he's like 3rd place on the lap and like 4th on the 2 lap. I could be wrong. I'm just going off the dome here. We'll check out these lap times before I get back to talking. 1:00.58 from Electro, 1:01.109 iMath. So Electro about a second ahead. Definitely not over yet at all. And yeah, these players actually, they look neck and neck right now, but just look at the timer. Electro is about a second ahead. We'll see how the RTEC goes for both players. I assume they're RTECing. Pretty clean. But yeah, this was definitely an interesting pick from Electro, because this is iMath's one of iMath's best track, and I believe in the all tracks event of the Olympics. Oh my god, how did Electro not fall off there? That is an insane save. That might have just won him this race. Sorry. But, yeah. Although, actually, they're looking quite even. We'll see the times. Ooh, Electro having to take a weird line. Oh, this is actually going to be really close, you guys. This is going to be really close. 2:07.36 versus 2:08.32. Wow. iMathII takes the first race by less than 0.1. What a start. Both players got a little stuck up at different points. iMath was definitely a little more cataclysmic, having to burn his shrooms, was a second slower on the first lap. But I think just again, this being one of iMathII's best tracks, and iMathII just being the overall higher skilled player, it was just enough for him to come back in this one. Alright. So let me do some adjusting. Seems like we already have our next frag pick in from Electro, and that is going to be the Lungle. Alright. So yeah, very exciting start to this match. Again, as I said, it's going to be closer than you guys might expect. Alright, little tiny bit of desync, but I don't think that's the end of the world. But yeah, I was trying to say that during the all tracks event for the MKDD Olympics, iMath got like a 156 one try on just WC, so definitely a good one try play on that track. Didn't necessarily show it off on that race, but was still very well played by iMath, and by both players really, but iMath just ends up clutching it out at the end. We have DDJ coming up here. Electro hits a little bit of grass. He's going to finish with 34.403. iMath at 34.559, so Electro about 150 milliseconds ahead. Both players did use a Shroom lap 1. Very respectable decision. I doubt we'll see a Shroomless by either player. I would be insanely impressed if we did. But you never know. You never know. I've seen crazier things happen. No, I haven't, actually. Actually, I might have. Actually, I don't know if I have. That's... I guess we'll have to find out. We'll only find out if one of them does Shroomless, though. So, alright, yeah. So both players did do a lap 2 Shroom. Lap 2 should be pretty similar. 34.136 from Electro, 33.835 from iMath. I think iMath did get caught up in the grass there a little bit. But he entered this lap with about a 150 millisecond lead. So we'll see if he can hold on to that. This is looking like another very close race. Neither player going for Shroom was a very smart decision. But yeah, it's going to just be all driving from here on out. Who can outdrive the other? Looks like we've got another, again, very close race. Rounding the final corner, it looks like iMath might be like half a second ahead. iMath touches a tinge of grass. 143.644 versus 144.393. So, I mean, under 0.8 a difference. So not as close as the first race. Sorry for a little bit of disappointment, you guys. But, wow, this is just 2 races on 2 variant tracks within coming down to under a second within each other. This is an incredible start to this match, in all honesty. This is an extremely close... And the score is 2-0, but it's an extremely close 2-0. Alright. And it seems like DK Mountain is going to be the next track pick from Electro. So Electro is trying to go like more variant tracks, trying to hope his opponent makes a mistake. But we will see. We'll see. Yeah. Now, again, we did see at the beginning, this is iMathI's best track, literally holds the flat world record, but that does not absolve him at all from making any sort of mistake during this race, because, I mean, obviously DK Mountain, one of the most treacherous tracks in the game. Shout out to Glob70. There are a lot of places you can mess up big time. The gap cut, the bridge, and, like, even with, like, again, iMath does have the DKM flat world record, but you don't get a world record without failing a bunch of times. So, Electro getting a little stuck up on the fence. Does recover cleanly, though. Both players playing it risky on the bridge, both going for A-Tech. 34.880 from iMath versus 35.202 from Electro. So Electro down a little over 0.3, but definitely not out of this one yet. I did not notice, though, that Electro actually used a Shroom on lap 1, and iMath did not. So assuming iMath is able to hold the Shroom to lap 3, he should have a bit of an advantage here. And oh wow, Electro just having a rough time on the mountain section. Was already taking some like kind of unique lines, but then just like gets completely stopped in his tracks. That was quite strange. Don't know if I've exactly seen that before. 34.709 lap from iMath, very strong. 36.037 from Electro. Not as good. Not as good. So yeah, I'm up nearly 2 seconds in this one. I'd say not over. It's not over. It's not over. You can definitely make two. You can definitely have 2 seconds of time loss in one lap with DKM. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. We'll see how this gap cut and bridge go for iMath though. Oh, iMath stuck on the fence. We'll see how Electro's gap goes. Oh, but Electro fails the gap. No, iMath just has to make it across the bridge, and he does. 146.922 is the time from iMath versus a 152.429 from Electro. Wow. It looks like Electro might just barely have that one for a second. But, again, that just goes to show that no matter how good you are at DK Mountain, no matter how many world records you set there, you're still very prone to making mistakes. But iMath, luckily, comes out unscathed and makes it a 3-0 ball game. And okay, wow, we are freaking firing off these track picks apparently. That'd be Peach Beach. Oh, hello. Maybe Peach Beach from Electro. That's a very, very interesting pick. Sorry, let me get the countdown off. Obviously, you saw Electro going more variant tracks, but maybe he's just thinking like, oh, well, this isn't working out, so just maybe opting for a more skill-based track. And wow, iMath with missing the start boost. What an interesting beginning we have here. I definitely think this is. I could be misremembering. I think this is one of iMath's weaker tracks. Definitely shows it a bit on that pink rock corner. Being a little bit of a lawnmower there. 23.443 versus 24.362. Ooh, Electro going in the grass has to use his shrooms. Luckily, that is the shroom spot, so I don't think that'll cost him too much. But yeah, even with the mistakes, iMath was only behind like a little less than a second. After the first lap. Ooh, but iMath hits a little grass on the pink rock corner, and then furthermore on the last corner, 22.095 shroom lap from Electro. iMath does still have his shrooms. He uses them. Electro was about 2.5 seconds ahead, but I imagine that lead has dwindled quite a bit after the shrooms. Electro does make it through the water okay. Ooh, stuck in the grass. Hold on. This is close, you guys. Oh my god. We'll see the times. 109.375 versus 109.998. Wow. Okay. This match is on fucking steroids, bro. I can't. What the dude. Holy wow. Electro nearly just threw it away on that last turn there. But luckily, iMath's various grass hits throughout the race were just enough to give Electro the edge. And put him on the board. So this is a very close match so far, you guys. Four races so far, or what? Yeah, 4 races so far, and 3 of them have come down to margins of less than 0.8. Oh, hello. Someone used the command, and it was just like, okay, sorry. Yeah, exactly what exactly what Glob said. Just like, either like any of these races could have swung like either way. Like it could very reasonably be 3-1 Electro right now with just like a couple things being different. But yeah, we'll see iMath actually able to make his first track pick of the match. And it's going to be Dry Desert. I think this is definitely one of iMath's stronger tracks. I think he's 3rd place on the flap. Don't exactly know about the 3 lap, but definitely a very strong track from him. A more skill-based one. Definitely some places to mess up still, but a more skill-based track. One of his best. Very smart, logical pick from iMath. Yeah, alright. So both players driving lap 1 seemingly pretty cleanly. I would say iMath is a bit ahead, but I guess we'll check the lap times. 29.342 versus a 29.986. So wow, yeah, iMath just showing that driving skill on in play. Let's just pretend that made sense. About 2/3 of a second ahead heading into lap 2. Very clean stream from iMath. Maybe gained a little bit on Electro from that. iMath dodges the pokies. Electro dodges the pokies. Very treacherous section there, but both players make it through. We'll see these lap 2 times. Both players did use the stream. 29.335 versus 29.426. So Electro only loses less than a 10th on that lap, but still quite a bit behind iMath. Definitely not over. But would require some sort of mistake from iMath at this point, I feel. But definitely a lot of places for that mistake to happen. This is Dry Desert, not the easiest track. Based on the Poke cycles, I would say iMath is comfortably ahead. We'll see how the final turn goes. Takes it cleanly. I think he's got this one. Yep, 129.580 versus a 130.538. So wow, this one also coming down to under a second. But iMath really never didn't have the lead at any point. So very strong win from iMath despite the closeness in time. But yeah, that's 4 out of 5 races decided by less than a second. Cannot make that up. Actually, you probably could, but still. Alright, and the next track pick coming out here from Electro, back to his track pick. And we're going to see Waluigi here. So both players actually kind of popped off on this track this week. I think Electro had 6th place on the flap, I believe, and then Tristan bopped it, which brought it down to 7th, and then iMath bopped it actually, which I don't know if iMath had it over him before, so I don't know exactly, but yeah, both of these players set very strong Waluigi flap times this week, so both players have this track fresh on their mind. Did see Electro get into quite some trouble at the beginning of the lap, just like went off the zippers. You don't want to do that. That's slow. It's slow. We'll see 32.7 opener from iMath and 34.5 from Electro. So yeah, cost a big time mistake at the beginning of lap 1. And wow, Electro makes the same mistake again. Maybe not as time costing, but definitely not what you want to happen. Maybe the difference in cycles will help Electro gain some time, but again, you're also dealing with a new cycle that you might not have ever seen before here. So, and a couple dropped MTs from Electro. It's not looking great. Not looking great, Electro bros. 31.975. Oh, iMath gets stuck on the wall, has to turn around. 33.1 from Electro, so lost another second on that lap. But oh, Electro getting stuck on the wall too. I think that might just seal it. Folks. iMath stuck in the Piranha. Hold on. I still think iMath's got this one. Maybe I think iMath would have to fail the ramp trick. Surely he won't fail the ramp trick. Surely, okay, yeah, he won't. And yeah, iMath going to finish with a 142.172 versus a 144.058 from Electro. So both players definitely had their fair share of mistakes, but Electro just ended up being more costly over the course of the 100-second run. Alright, y'all. That makes the score 5-1. And, yeah, it's 5-1. It's 5-1, dude. And, you kind of got to feel bad for Electro a little bit, because, he's been playing so many of these races so very close, but just hasn't been able to close them off, and it's got him down by 4 races now, as we head into his track pick, which will be Sherbetland. Very smart pick from Electro here. Obviously, we saw at the beginning that this is it was his best track, so obviously does have that going for him of some very strong times there. Not sure how iMathII fares on this track. I think it might be one of his weaker ones, actually. But yeah, so again, this is one of Electro's strongest tracks, one of his favorites. Definitely has a very strong chance of winning this race, but is down about 0.7 after lap 1, and goes over the bumps a little bit at the beginning of lap 2. So not exactly a great start from him. See how these players use their shrooms. Electro opts for him on lap 2. iMath holding his until lap 3. Very interesting. See these laps, 25.273 versus 24.337. So Electro ahead by about 0.2, but just remember, iMath still having those shrooms, and those shrooms too save quite a bit of time on this track. So, iMath could definitely very easily mess them up, but he takes them pretty cleanly, and I think iMath drops an MT, messes up his line, gets some airtime. See the time, 1:15.465 versus 1:15.562. Oh my goodness. You gotta feel bad for the guy. You gotta feel bad for him. Just so many close races. And just iMath still somehow, just seemingly invincible, just keeps pulling him out. Unbelievable, really. This match could literally be 6-1 Electro right now, genuinely. But just iMath just keeps winning these nail biters of races. It's so insane, how consistent he is at just being able to clutch this out. But, you know, it's still not over. It's still not over. It's definitely not over. Because we got Rainbow Road coming up. And, you know, Rainbow Road, not the easiest track to play, for sure. There's a lot of places you can fall off, obviously, because it's Rainbow Road. And there's just a lot of places you can make, like, tiny little mistakes, and this could, like, definitely snowball into much bigger mistakes that end up costing you multiple seconds. So, it's going to be very interesting to see how both of these players play this out. Both players going for the Spiral MT, definitely a risky move, but they both pulled off, so don't hate. I don't hate. Straightaway is looking pretty clean. Electro's maybe a bit slower. I think iMath's about half a second ahead. Could be wrong. We'll check out these lap times after they cross the finish line. And, well, first let's see this R-Tech. Electro, both players using a shroom, very smart. 59.531 versus 58.607. Wow, iMath saving nearly a second over Electro. Very strong start for him, but definitely not over. Definitely not over. Yeah, again, very smart move by both players to stream on lap 1. Again, you could very easily fall off, like, in the next, like, 2 seconds here. So, just making sure you at least get to use that shroom, get to at least reap some of the benefits of it. And the good thing about Rainbow Road is there's no cycles, so don't have to worry about, you know, messing those up. I think iMath about a second ahead still. Again, we'll see these lap times. I imagine they'll both stream here on lap 2. Stream coming out from both players. We'll see these lap times. 58.721 versus 58.770. So dead even on that lap pretty much, but that means iMath is still about a second ahead. Maybe, actually it's probably a little closer to 0.8, but definitely not over. It's not over. It's not over until both players cross the finish line. Oh, no, Electro. Oh, if he was just on the side of the track for just a little longer, I think he would have been fine, but oh, that is rough. That is rough. That might just do it, folks. That might just do it. See how iMath straightaway goes. Perfect. I think this one's over, folks. iMath reaching the easy section, at least the part where it's hard to make like a major mistake, could still get stuck on the spiral, but I don't think that's likely. Final R-Tech, done to perfection, 256.673. This one is over, folks, and it's really a shame it is, because we were blessed with an amazing, incredible match today. So many close races, but iMath just ends up being more consistent. And yeah, and that is going to win the match for iMcKinney. Extremely well played by him. Wow, again, just so many races coming down to small margins. I think that was what I think 7 races came down to under a second. So just a really insane match. So back and forth. So easily could have gone either way, but iMath just somehow just kept clutching it out when it mattered most. And yeah, so that is going to end off the match. And yeah, so you see down here at the bottom, winner advances to the finals against a nun guy. Oh shit. Alright, I'm going for the shortcut. Damn it. Alright, but yeah, iMath is going to advance to the finals versus a nun guy. very good player, very good player. I think that's going to be a very exciting match to watch. And Electro, it's not over for him yet. He is going to play in the third place match against Swazzy, who is another player who's actually very good, and that should also be a very close, exciting match. So definitely want to be on the lookout for those. If you enjoyed this match, you'll definitely want to follow twitch.tv/FlandersOH for more exciting matches like this one. But yeah, again, GG's to both players. I'm glad we were able to see such an incredible match. Congrats to iMathII on the well-deserved victory, and I will see you guys later. Peace.